Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a long time since I've been on here, but I just felt it was time. I got a couple things I want to get off my chest, and please understand this is just my opinion. I think I am of the opinion of most Americans anyway, but there are still quite a few people out there that probably won't agree with anything I have to say today, but well, that's on them. So, anyway, what I'm going to talk about today is wearing masks and getting vaccinated. Now, first off, let me say, man, my condolences to the over 600,000 people that have now died here in America due to COVID 19, and also my condolences to the uh, closely approaching 4 million people that have died worldwide due to COVID 19. I really, my heart goes out to the families and, the lives lost. And man, that's a sad situation. But uh, that's a whole nother story. But anyway, so now wearing masks. So let's go back to the beginning. I mean, COVID hit. I'm not going to get into how it was handled, but so now we're told that when we go out the house, we got to wear a mask. We're told that we're not necessarily wearing the mask for ourselves, but we're wearing the mask to protect others from us. Okay, I can deal with that, because if I got it, I definitely don't want to spread it to somebody else. Man, I don't want to hurt nobody. That's not who I am, you know. And then we got a whole bunch of people that decided, you know what, I'm not going to wear a mask. You got a whole political party that politicized it and said, no, we're not wearing a mask. You're taking away our freedoms and yada, yada, yada. Well, I mean, I have an underlying condition, COPD, and it's already a respiratory disease. I don't need nothing else to go on top of that. I mean, that's enough right there. I lost my wife to that COPD, so I know what it can do to a person, and I'm not trying to go through all of that. I mean, luckily I caught mine at a much earlier stage than my wife did. Am I doing everything that I should do to, you know, work and, as far as protecting myself with the COPD? Probably not. I mean, a great example is I'm sitting there smoking a cigarette. But anyway, moving forward, so now, every time we go out, we got to wear a mask. We can't go out to dinner no more. We can't go visit our family no more. We can't do all of these things, without wearing a mask. Well, I mean, man, I love being around my family. Okay? I mean, I got 5 kids and 7 grandkids. I love being around my family, and I want to protect my family as well. So, I mean, yeah, we wore a mask. I mean, the house that I live in, I mean, I got a daughter lives with me and a grandson, and, my now son-in-law is here. So, I mean, and they're out and about every day. They got jobs. Luckily, they weren't laid off. There was a period of time that my daughter did work from home, but most of the time she was, going to the job every day. Same with my other daughter that comes by on a regular basis, and her 2 children. So anyway, we all did our thing. We wear our masks and stuff like that, and so on and so forth. Me, I kind of like stayed isolated in my room, and wore my mask whenever I was out, whenever I went to go, visit people or whatever, I did that. Why? Because I'm what? Protecting them from the possibility of me having COVID, or as they say, being type A positive, whatever, were asymptomatic, where I could have it and not necessarily show any signs or symptoms. So let's move forward a little bit. Now we start working on the vaccine. And, some people say it was rushed. Maybe in a sense it was. But, just knowing some of the things that have been going on the planet prior to Donald Trump. Uh, Man, Obama, he started a bunch of stuff before he left office. And I mean, he actually started working on vaccines and stuff, especially what are they calling this? Because this vaccine is not a normal vaccine. It doesn't necessarily carry the vaccine or the disease itself, or the virus itself. Is more of a manufactured thing that does something with the DNA coding of the virus, which allows our body to fight against these various things from the virus. So anyway, we're working on it. We get it going. It came to fruition pretty fast. I mean, people say that, oh no, it wasn't fully trials, yada yada yada, because it was a rush thing, and I don't want to do this, and boom, boom, boom. Well, let me go here. There were trials. There were, hundreds of thousands of people that volunteered to be guinea pigs and go through these trials. Now, what they learned in those trials was what? It's not going to kill us. Okay? They also found out, yeah, it's not going to protect us from catching the virus, but it will protect us from getting sick and dying. You know, so when they came out and it says, okay, well, it's we authorize it for emergency use. Okay, well, there's the only information really that was left to gather was how long will it last? And right now, that's still an unanswered question. I mean, there's people out there that was vaccinated a year ago, and they're checking, and they still have antibodies. They don't need to be, get a booster shot or whatever. So evidently the vaccine is working. So anyway, we all had to go through the period of whenever it was our turn here in America. So I waited my turn, even though I had underlying symptoms, and I'm 64 years old. I still had to wait my turn. I mean, they did people that was, number one, frontline workers. Man, thank God for the frontline workers. Otherwise, we'd be starving. We wouldn't. There's a whole lot of things that we would just be in trouble if we didn't have these frontline workers, the healthcare workers, and so on and so forth. I mean, like I said, supermarket workers. I mean, the mailman. Come on now, the mailman. He lived up to his thing. Rain, shine, sleet, or snow. I mean, we can add, world epidemic, if you want to, and he was still out there doing his thing. They were still out there doing their thing, delivering our mail and stuff like that. I mean, the banks and stuff were still open. We was able to somewhat live our lives. I mean, yeah, was our life disrupted? Hell yes, our life was disrupted. It's still being disrupted. To this day, it's being disrupted, but it's better. So now, well, my turn came around. I went and got the shot. I mean, I paid attention to what was going on to, people and symptoms and all that kind of stuff, prior to me getting my shot, and man, I didn't see no great big risk. I really didn't. I mean, some people were, showing symptoms of, like a flu or something like that for a few days, and then they were fine. I mean, I have a daughter who's a healthcare professional, and I regularly consulted with her, and I mean, to me, there was nothing to worry about. Again, this is my opinion. You got your own opinion, I got mine. So here's mine. So I say everybody needs to get shot. Now, that being said, if you have an underlying condition that says you should not get the shot, okay, then I go with it. Others may say that, well, my religion doesn't allow me to do stuff like that. Okay, well, I mean, that's your religion. You want to remain faithful. I mean, hey, I give you a pass as well. But then there's a whole group of other people that have politicized this, and I mean, they just go in there. You know, I mean, for political reasons. Come on now. You know, So I mean that's a poor excuse. I mean that's really a piss poor excuse. I mean, you want to say that there's not enough research, there's not enough study being done. Do your homework, okay? Not only do your research and look into the various trials and results and so on and so forth, but talk to the people around you that have been vaccinated. Ask them, well, what happened when you got your shot? What shot did you get? Yada yada. I mean, myself personally, I had a sore arm for maybe 2 days on the first shot. Nothing disabling, nothing, where I needed to take a Tylenol or nothing like that. And then a month later, I took the second shot, and man, same thing for maybe about a day. And I've been fine ever since. No symptoms, no nothing. I mean, I'm good. I feel good. So I don't understand it. But anyway, there's other people out here to say that, well, so many people have died from taking the vaccine. Okay, well, I looked into it. And I could find no clinical data showing where people have died from taking the vaccine, except when it came to the Johnson and Johnson, and 4 to 6 people it was who passed away due to blood clots, and they still don't know exactly why. I mean, it was all women that passed away, and here again, we don't know if there was some underlying condition that caused them to have these blood clots or not. You know, but other sources will tell you that like there's 60, 70, some odd people that have died, from taking the vaccine. And I'm honest, I tried to find that information. I couldn't find it. I went and, commented to a few people that made this statement, and they, I said, please, provide proof, sources where you got this information. And I was only told, well, you got to do deep research. Well, that's code for, I'm sorry, extreme right wing propaganda sites. And I'm not going there. I'm not going to buy into, the controversy, conspiracy, yada, 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 yada. So now moving forward to, today, got my vaccine. Man, I just did a thing where my daughter got married. We were up on the hill. Everybody at the wedding was vaccinated. Man, it was so cool. We was able to hang out just like pre-pandemic. I mean, we were all had gathered around and celebrating my daughter's wedding. Eating and drinking and partying and dancing and you know, uh, uh, and nobody had to wear a mask. Why? Because we were all vaccinated. You know, I mean, it was just a beautiful thing. I mean, you think about these businesses out here, uh, restaurants especially. I mean, they had to shut down. Why? Because they couldn't afford the liability of people catching, you know, COVID within their business. Plus they were being ordered. And then even when they were allowed to allow some people to come in, it was a limited capacity. Man, there's so many food service businesses that went out of business. Mom and pop restaurants, I mean, yeah, did it affect the big chains? Yeah, but they got corporate money, so they was able to hang in there. Plus, I mean, the PPA helped out, some more so corporate America than mom and pop, just simply because of circumstances behind the release of the PPP. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But I mean, these people now, it's vaccinated time. Everybody's, not everybody is vaccinated. We're trying to get, up to 70% of Americans, as they say, trying to reach that herd immunity level. And we still got people refusing to get a vaccine. You know, well, if by chance we were to have vaccine passport. I know a lot of people don't like that concept, that idea. But guess what? Now that business can open up. They can go to 100% capacity. If they put a sign on the door, just like they got no shoes, no shirt, no service, they can put no shoes, no shirt, no vaccine, no service. I mean, I'm sorry, but those of us that have been vaccinated, those of us that wear a mask faithfully, those of us that wear a mask faithfully right now, I mean, we deserve, everybody deserves the right to be able to go out and have a good time and enjoy a meal, a movie, a sporting event, or whatever the case may be. But if you want to be selfish for political reasons or whatever, and don't want to go and get the vaccine or don't want to wear the mask, then that's on you. I mean, it's ridiculous that I mean, and now I still have to wear a mask in certain situations. Why? To protect the same people that didn't want to wear a mask, to protect me. To protect the same people that don't want to go get vaccinated for political reasons or whatever. I mean, that's really, really sad. I mean, in my opinion, that's fucked up because now I'm wearing a mask to protect people that didn't want to protect me. So, I mean, I just think that's really fucked up. I think that's really selfish of people to do that. Again, if you got an underlying condition, I fully understand. If it's part of your religious thing, okay, well, that's your religious thing. I'm not going to fight it. That's your religious thing. Thank God you got a faith. It's better than having no faith at all. But then again, no, maybe some people, they're just happy not having any faith. But anyway, again, this is all just my opinion. I just want to get this stuff off my chest. So let's move on to another topic that is, people are talking about now. I mean, you'll see a lot of businesses out here still are requiring masks inside, such as markets, banks, stuff like that. Some of your big chain stores have stopped it, where you can come into them and so on and so forth without a mask. They're just tired of fighting that fight. I mean, I understand it. But at the same time, if an employer requires you to be vaccinated to maintain your job, I'm sorry, that's your employer's right. They have the right to protect the rest of the employees. I mean, if you think back over the last year and all of the breakouts that were happening in, like meat packing plants and stuff like that, where people are standing shoulder to shoulder and, working in very, very close quarters with each other and so on and so forth. I mean, I'm sorry. You need to be vaccinated not only to protect, the rest of your fellow employees, but I mean, I don't know, the way these variants and stuff are popping up, who knows that you're not, them droplets are not getting on the food that we're getting ready to eat. I mean, of course they say that, cooking the food and stuff like that will take care of that. But, man, I mean, I just think about stuff like that. So, anyway, again, like I said, I'm sorry if you're in one of them places and they're telling you got to be vaccinated to keep your job. I'm sorry. I mean, if that's their choice, that's their choice. I mean, hopefully, you'll be able to continue working from home if you had that ability. I mean, thank God for that, I mean, that's another thing that's out there now. I mean, there's so many people that was working from home that, I mean, you got a lot of people that actually don't want to go back in the office. Now, it has nothing to do with the vaccine. It has nothing to do with, wearing masks and stuff like that. It all has to do with convenience and economics. I mean, it's just much more convenient to work from home. It's been shown that people are a lot more productive working from home. And then the economics of, not having to make that commute. I mean, that time that you're spent sitting on the freeway for sometimes hours trying to get, from home to work and then back home and so on and so forth. On top of the gas, that you had to you're burning up, getting back and forth, and then along with that comes, I mean, I'm sorry, but it's a plus. If you ain't on the freeway, you ain't adding to the pollution. I mean, we already got issues with global warming, whether people want to believe that or not. That's a whole nother story. So, I mean, I'm sorry. We're pushing right now, trying to make sure that we got, 70% of Americans vaccinated. Man, I just wish people would do it. I want, our life to go back to as much as normalcy as we can get. I don't think it's ever going to be back to the way it was pre-COVID, but man, I just want to be able to go out and walk around without a mask on. I mean, I went to a theme park here in California, a while back, and of course, it was after everybody said this. If you're vaccinated, you're cool. You don't have to wear a mask outside. So I go to this theme park. Of course, it's outside. It's a theme park. Come on. We were required to wear a damn mask inside the theme park. So I had to walk around all day long in 90-some degree temperature wearing a fucking mask. Why? To protect the same motherfuckers that didn't want to wear a mask to protect me. It's just wrong. It's just selfish. And then the theme park itself, I mean, they don't want to take responsibility, which I thought was really shitty. I mean, they said, well, we're just following guidelines. Okay, well, at the current time I went, state and CDC guidelines both stated that, if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask, outdoors. Okay, I was vaccinated and I was outdoors. But yet they want to have it on their loudspeaker as I'm walking through the park about, following, the guidelines of the state and the CDC. Well, I mean, they didn't have current guidelines. They weren't not following current guidelines. But what happened? As a good citizen, call me a sheep, call me whatever the fuck you want to call me, I won't ask. Why? To protect them same motherfuckers that didn't want to protect me. So, I mean, come on, man. Get over it. You know what I'm saying? Show me proof where these people died. Show me legitimate proof where these people died, and I'll apologize. Okay? I know about the people from like I said, the Johnson and Johnson. I don't know of any deaths due to Moderna or Pfizer, which is, those are the three vaccines we were using here. Of course, they put a pause on the Johnson & Johnson after those 4 people died. Not that it's a good thing, but I mean, technically, we had 4 to 6 people pass away, but yet we had over 7 million people that had taken that vaccine. I mean, I'm sorry for that loss, but 1 in a million? 1 in a million. I mean, that's like, hitting the lottery. You don't get a prize, you get death, but my point being the odds. And those of you that have been playing the lottery for years, you know how hard it is to hit the lottery. So you get my point, I hope. So, but anyway, like I said, I just wanted to get this off my chest. I'm trying to do everything I can to, convince people to get a shot. I'm trying to encourage myself as well as others that are now being forced to wear a mask to protect the assholes that don't want to protect us and never wanted to protect us. The Karens and Darrens or whatever you want to call them of the world that want to go off and throw a fit in the middle of Target or Walmart or wherever about wearing a mask. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, everybody else on the planet is wearing a mask but you. What's wrong with that picture? It just don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? I mean, sometimes we have to sacrifice a little to gain a lot. And that's what this is. I mean, we're sacrificing a little. We're sacrificing, wearing a mask. We're sacrificing by, per se, getting a vaccine getting vaccinated if you don't really feel comfortable with it. again, do what's right. I mean, I believe that this is what's right, and that's why I say do what's right. So, I mean, do I know people that got a little sicker? Yeah, I do. I know people that had, like I said, flu-like symptoms, and they may have lasted for a few days, but they're fine now. They're fine now. You know, the myth about, oh, I've already had COVID, so I've got the antibodies. Well, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but studies have shown, and other things have shown that just because you had the virus does not mean you are protected. Yes, you are protected for a while, but the antibodies don't last nowhere as long as they do when you get the vaccine. And there are people that have caught the virus early on during the pandemic and have now caught it again. Okay. I mean, do I know people that have died from COVID? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Friends and family. And, I mean, my heart goes out to those families. You know, my heart goes out to my family that have lost, we've lost people. And I'm really, really sad and sorry for that, and all of this could have been prevented. But, so anyway, like I said, I'm just, trying to voice my opinion on this kind of stuff. And, trying to, like I said, if I can convince somebody, I want to convince somebody. I mean, we're so close. It's I mean, we're so close. I mean, they're saying we're somewhere about 67, 68%. We only got a few more to go. I mean, it's very possible we're not going to reach the goal of Biden, by reaching 70% by July 4th. I mean, we've only got, a couple of weeks left, and people are really hesitant now, those, because we're down to the diehards now. We're down to the people that are really politicizing this and so on and so forth. I mean, from my understanding is the people that are dying now, I mean, I'm sorry, but stats are showing that it's highly Republican. The I mean, the percentage of people that are dying now, like I said, I'm sorry, I'm going down through my stuff just to see if everybody's in here hanging out with me. I know I've been rambling for me. Hey Greg, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the channel, man. Thanks for joining me. I hope I'm not ranting. I'm just voicing my opinion, my brother. So, Danny Mac, what's going on, my brother? All right, Danny. Good, good. It says you've been vaccinated. Well, congratulations, my brother. I appreciate you. Right, right, right. Well, yeah, you can still catch COVID and you can still spread it, but you're not going to die and you're not going to get sick. I mean, that to me, that's the beautiful thing, you know. And that's why I wear a mask when I'm out. That's why I can still continue to wear my mask when I'm out, in public, in those places where I have to, because, I mean, I know I can still spread it. The sad part is, like I said, I'm trying to protect people that don't want to protect themselves. That's the crazy part about this for me. So, Blind Toad, what's up, my brother? So, but you know what I mean. I mean, it's just crazy, man. I mean, if you got health reasons says you don't, I get it, and you know what I'm saying. I'm not talking to you because, of course, it's more, life threatening to you if you were to take the vaccine. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I understand. But for those that are politicizing this and so on and so forth, man, I'm sorry. You're being selfish. Okay, what you're finding, in the deep right media is false. I mean, do some real research. I mean, do I trust all media? No media is going to give you 100% truth 100% of the time. But when you start getting into whether it be the far right or whether it be the far left, the chances of actually getting the truth is really, really slim. I mean, it really is because both sides are pushing their narrative. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, it's not good, man. It's really not good. So, I mean, again, man, I thank you guys for coming out and hanging with me on, my rant, if you will. I hope I haven't offended any of my friends. I mean, don't get me wrong. I got a beautiful group of friends. I mean, the beauty of my friends are we can be of different opinions and have a civil discussion, if you will, rather than just turning into Karen and Darren on each other. You know what I mean? I mean, they can have their opinion, I can have mine. We accept each other's. We sometimes have to just say, okay, we agree to disagree, and remain friends. And that's what we do. So, again, man, I thank you guys for coming in and joining me. Sorry, it's been quite a while since I've been out here. Sorry about that. I just haven't had a lot of motivation. But a friend of mine the other day told me the other day, just do it, man. Just do it. It's your channel, your platform, it's your opinion. Do you, and that's what I've always prided myself on as far as the fact that I'm going to be me regardless. You're either going to love me, you're going to hate me, but I'm still going to be me. So, I mean, you take it how you want to take it, if you're offended, hey, I apologize, but at the same time, do your fellow Americans a favor. Do your fellow humans, the one race that there truly is, the human race, do us all a favor. You know what I'm saying? If at all possible, if you don't have any medical reasons or religious reasons, man, please go get vaccinated so we can take these fucking masks off and then we can all hang out again, have fun, go to the game, go to the bar, go to whatever the fuck we want to do. Do it without a mask. So, anyway, I love you. If you like the video, please share it. If I know the guys that have been in the chat, they're all subscribers. I ain't got but a few, but I appreciate the ones I do have. So if you're new, please hit that subscription bell, notification thing as well, so you might be able to get some notification when I go live. I'm definitely going to try to do a little bit more in the very near future, and like I said, just try to bring my stuff out here. I mean, I hope I got some people that like what I have to say, and hey, I enjoy the debate as well. For those who may want to debate me on my opinion, I mean, So anyway, again, I appreciate everybody. Man, have a great day. Stay hydrated. I don't know where the temperatures are where you are, but man, it's been over 100 all week this week here in San Bernardino, California. So again, man, stay hydrated, stay cool, stay safe, and Man, everybody have a blessed day, and I'll see you at another time.